everyone, and welcome to your Touch Base Thursday today for July, I think it's the 13th. I'm going to give us a minute here for me to find myself live here with you all, and then we're going to go ahead and get started here in just a couple of minutes. Okay, let's see here, make sure. So if you are joining me live, please make sure you comment and tell me hello, and then we will begin in just a couple of minutes with our Christmas in July. What do you guys think of that? Christmas in July. All right. So anyway, it's nice to be back live with all of you. Hi, Patty. I am so sorry for last week's mix-up with everything. So I'm going to apologize now for that. Excuse me. Hi, Carol, and hi, Shireen. So yes, my intention last week was to indeed go live with you all on Wednesday. It didn't work. And then we had issues with getting Claire home. I'll explain all that in a little bit. Went to upload my video to YouTube. I don't know why it would not upload. It took me overnight for that thing to upload. So I was kind of grumpy a little bit on Thursday night last week because I don't like letting you guys down, and I feel like I kind of did a little bit. Hi to Carol from Minnesota. Welcome. And hi to Kay. And oh, Penny is on here. Hi, Penny. So anyway, welcome everyone, and hello to Courtney. So again, I apologize for not being live with you last Wednesday. That was my intention, to be live with you. And then we had stuff that came up that I was not able to be live, and then I was going to do my recorded video, and then that didn't post when it was supposed to. And like I said, it took hours for that dang thing to upload this time. And I don't know why. Normally it never takes that long. It normally takes 15 minutes. I started the upload at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was so frustrated at 7 o'clock when I didn't have a video to share with you guys. Anyway, but thank you. So many of you still watched the video when I posted it finally. I think it was on Saturday, because I couldn't get it to post without being on a good Wi-Fi. We were traveling, bringing Claire home. Speaking of Claire, I'm going to give you a little update on her trip. So she is home from both of her camps. So she was supposed to come home on Thursday, July 6th of last week, and Air France canceled her flight, and so she was delayed a day, which delayed us getting her a day. And so anyway, needless to say, we were driving to the airport, got the notification that it was all delayed, came back home, and we finally got her on Friday. Friday we had to be in Chicago, and we had to pick her up from Chicago O'Hare Airport. Picked her up. I did post a video on my page of her walking through, us waving to her for the first time. She had a phenomenal time, made some really awesome lifelong friends. There was 50 people in her orchestra group, and altogether there was 105 between the band that was also there. So they had an orchestra, a string orchestra, and a band, and then your chaperones and stuff. The band was a little bit bigger than the orchestra. So they all traveled from Chicago to Paris together, but then they got on different charter buses, and they go in totally different areas. So they didn't see the band students again until they went to leave and fly back. So they all fly over as a group, and they all come back as a group. And, you know, when the flight was delayed, a lot of parents were trying to find flights for their kids to come home early. And I know I was starting to feel a little, because there's, you know, the riots going on in France. But Blue Lake was like, look, we are caring for your children. They are safe. Air France put them up in a hotel, and they were like, we do not want to send any kids one-offs. Like, we're committed to their safety, their well-being. We're taking care of them. And it actually gave them an extra day of bonding time. So, anyway, although Claire, it was the first time she had FaceTimed me. A lot of people had asked if I've talked to her. We just texted. We never we didn't put a phone calling plan on her phone. She only had the plan to be able to text us and use like FaceTime and things like that. But she did not FaceTime me until the day that her flight was canceled, when she called me or FaceTimed me, and I was worried she was going to cry, but she didn't. But she said, Mom, I just want to be home. Like, I loved my trip, but when you have it in your mindset that it's time to come home, and then the flight's canceled, and I said, I get it. We were stuck in Utah an extra day for the same reason a couple weeks ago. So anyway, but she is home. She had a phenomenal time, and now both girls are getting ready for our county fair. So Claire did the best she could at walking her pigs and caring for her chickens before she left. And today she actually has a little sunburn. She spent most of the afternoon outside with them. And it doesn't take long for the pigs remembered her, no problem. So anyway, so we're getting ready for our fair in a couple weeks. Natalie's finishing her quilt. We do what's called a still exhibit auction. And so she's going to be auctioning off a quilt that she is making. I'm sorry, you got a tickle in my throat, you guys. And Claire's doing, so they're both doing pigs. Natalie's doing her quilt, and then Claire's doing chickens. So we have that coming up. And then we don't have anything, knock on wood, for the month of August, other than Claire starts her dance team a little bit on 2 days a week for a little bit of practice. And so anyway, but it is all wonderful. She had a great time. Nice to have her back. And then we're also, we do have something the first weekend in August. Natalie's moving into her apartment. And I know I've shared that with all of you before. And everyone keeps saying to me, aren't you going to miss her? Aren't you? Well, of course I am. But I am so excited for her to start this new chapter. She is so ready. And I'm so proud of her because she's always been my more introverted child who kind of stuck to the nest and stayed, close to mom and dad. And I mean, she's got a good circle of friends, but we were always kind of like her fallback, if you want to call it. And so I am beyond excited and stoked for her to start that chapter of her life. She's moving in with two of her best high school girlfriends. Their names are Maddie and Jaden. And so she will be moving in with them, and I'm so excited for her for that. So then our lives will slow down for a couple weeks before school starts and college starts. But anyway, summer's going way too fast. I'm sure most of you can feel that as well. Okay, my BOGO sale. I want to thank all of you for your purchasing through my BOGO sale, your patience through my BOGO sale. It is a ton of work. And I always say, and some of you I know waited a while for you to get your stuff and you got me your order. It took a week or so to get it in. I just want you guys to kind of have an idea of the magnitude of that sale and why I love doing it. One, it gets rid of all of my retired stuff, or a good portion of it. I still have tons of it left. But collectively, between doing it in person and online, I had over 45 people buy from my BOGO sale. So when you think about that, and you have the packaging it up for those of you that, so I'm just going to kind of tell you guys some of the details on why it takes me a little bit of time. If you're doing it online, I got to find everything and package it up, and then I got to give you guys a total for the shipping, and then I give you either the link to order online or you give me your order. So I put your order in, and if a couple things are on back order, I have to get a hold of you and say, things are on. So there's just a lot of moving parts. Again, I love doing it, but it does take me a little bit of time. So anyway, I just want to thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for shopping. Hope you've enjoyed. Most of you have gotten I think all of you have probably gotten your orders by now. And I just want to thank you guys for taking advantage of that sale and loving my gently used stuff. And then July classes. What I'm going to be showcasing tonight is the Christmas in July. I always do a Christmas in July class, and this is going to be focusing in on one of our online exclusive products. This is the Horse and Sleigh bundle, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our online exclusives here in just a couple of minutes. But I have this class that just opened up last Friday, and then I have one called Bold Bouquet, uses the flower set and stamp set coordinating dies that is in the annual catalog. And then the Zany Zoo. I have a Zany Zoo class. I think that's my other one, is the Zany Zoo. Maybe not. Maybe it's something different. I can't remember. I have 3 classes that just opened up. So they're there for you guys to be able to register for, and I'll be posting them for you to register for them as well. All right, so let's do our sharing, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about online exclusives and other different Stampin' Up! Things that are happening. So if you commented on my video, my pre-recorded video that posted finally on Saturday, or if you shared, commented on, if you commented or shared on my video, or if you commented, shared on my YouTube channel, your name got put into the drawing. So I looked at both places, and we have 2 winners, obviously, because there are 2 prizes. So the winner of the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels is Janet Crowell. So congratulations to Janet Crowell on winning those awesome embellishments. And then the winner of the Balmy Blue and White Ribbon is Maureen Preston. So congratulations to Maureen and to Maureen and Janet. I forgot. All right. So hello to Judy. I see we have Judy joining us, and we have Nancy and Mary. A few more names that have commented. So welcome everyone. So those of you who might be new to my Facebook Live, I am a demonstrator with Stampin' Up. I've been here for 13 years with the company, and I live in the center of Michigan, a town called Mount Pleasant, Michigan. And I'm excited to have all of you joining me. I go live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. So anyway, up for grabs this week. So if you're new and you don't know how my sharing works, you just share my video on your page, or so your friends see it. You help me spread the word of me and my lives, and you get your name into the drawing to receive goodies. And so this week we have the flat adhesive backed pearls up for grabs. And then we have the iridescent shaker circles. These are great for little shaker cards and things like that. Okay, so we will draw 2 winners for that next week. Hello to Shelby and Donna. All right, a couple other things. Bonus days. So if any of you are putting in orders during the month of July, and you're doing it online through my online store, you're going to be getting emailed to you a bonus days coupon. It's a code that you can use towards an order in April or in August. So you order from July 6th through July 31st. Every $50 order that you put in, or every $50 increment, earns you 1 coupon code. So if you put in a $100 order, you get 2 coupon codes. Those get emailed to you pretty quickly after you submit your order. I want to remind you guys that you need to make sure you hang on to those in a safe place. The company does not send those to me. Okay, so I cannot revive those for you if you lose them. So either put them in a safe place that you can then apply them to your order during the month of August. The clearance rack, I sent out an email a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago, that the clearance rack was updated. There's still some amazing things out there on the clearance rack. So if you have not taken advantage of that yet, make sure that you check that out. And then online exclusives. So I'm going to try to, I know I've mentioned this many times on my Facebook Live, so I'm going to try to take off some of the confusion with online exclusives. So in online exclusive products that Stampin' Up! Puts out every 3 or 4 months, they are designed to be products that you can only view online. So the only difference between the products is they will not be in any one of our catalogs. So you'll never see them in any kind of our publication print. They won't be in our annual catalog, our mini catalog for the holidays, or our spring catalog. So the only way you can view these products is by looking at them online. Now, I know a lot of you are having trouble finding it. I actually created a link and posted it a couple times, and the link took you directly to the online exclusives. Now, these products are available while supplies last. They do restock them. So if you did not get your Trucking Along bundle, which has been very, very popular, Punch is still available, but the stamp set is not, but the stamp set will be coming back. What I've been encouraging my team to do and my own customers is to purchase the punch. If you know you really want the bundle, purchase the punch. And here's why. Our tools, like our punches and our dies, they come from China. So when the company has to order more of them, it takes about 90 days to get them. So if they have an order out there already, let's say they know they're getting low, and then within a month they sell out, it could take an additional 60 days to get that product in. Whereas the stamp sets are made right in Utah, in a town called Kanab, and so they're able to manufacture stamp sets faster. So if that punch sells out, I'm going to guess they may even have more on order, but who knows how far into that minimum 90 days they are. So I always tell everyone, if the dies or the punch is available, get it. I know you may not get the 10% off of it being bundled, but if you really, really want it, to me, 10% of a $41 purchase is really only a couple bucks. So, I mean, I hate to say that. I hate to have anybody lose money, but if it's something you really, really want, I encourage you to get the punch while you can. I don't know how long or when or if that's going to go out and come back, that kind of thing, okay? So that is how online exclusives work. So the product that I'm going to be showcasing tonight is called the Horse and Sleigh Bundle. And this was one, so every time they have products that come out for online exclusives, there are certain products that, as demonstrators, we can get our hands on sooner. And I love it because we're able to then design with it, play with it, have fun with it, and showcase it so that you guys can then order this amazing product and have some samples and things of how you can use it. I see Courtney asking about the July card challenge. It is scheduled to go out tonight. So I didn't want to post the July sketch until I announced the June card winner. So that finally happened. Last week, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was so preoccupied with getting my daughter home safely from France that I had a really hard time staying focused on much of anything. So I just feel so much better. The riots in France were I was really kind of on the edge of my seat a little bit, just with worry and, she's there by herself and all that kind of stuff. So I am hoping, and I, again, beg for grace that you guys have been so patient with me. I was telling my boss today, and I was in the office today, and I was working a little bit late because we had a project that we were trying to get done. And I told my boss, I said, I kind of feel like I have not been on a normal schedule and on my normal routine since we went to Norway. It's just been boom, 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 one thing after another. So I am ready for that to slow down. It isn't a lack of me not being organized and having all my ducks in a row and all my lists made. It's the time to be able to get it all done. So anyway, I am so looking forward, though, to having that slow down for us now that we're through our Europe trip and all that good stuff. So it is scheduled to post tonight, though. I do know that. So one of the cool things with Facebook is you can actually schedule your posts to go out. So that's what I've been doing a lot of. So that way they go out and I don't have to think about it. So I do know that I did that last night. I scheduled a couple posts for today. So it'll go out. I know, Courtney, you guys are so awesome, and again, I know that there are times sometimes I feel like I shouldn't say fail you guys, but I let you down when I don't always get to things as timely as I want to. And I just keep saying I blame it on that full-time job. That full-time job that I have to have is what it takes. But I honestly feel if this became my full-time job, it wouldn't be as fun for me. Like, I don't view what I do for all of you as a job. This is my fun outlet, my creative outlet. And so people always say to me, oh, don't you want to quit? Yeah, I always said, God, I'd love to quit and just do that. But I honestly, deep down, think if I was to quit and have this become my job, that it would be a little too stressful for me then. You know what I mean? If that makes sense at all. So anyway, so there you have it with the online exclusives and the things that that you can order. So what you're going to be seeing right now is all, as of yesterday, I didn't look today because I was literally boom, boom, boom at work today. But all of the products that you're going to be seeing me showcase tonight are all things that you can order. They are all currently available. I do not have a catalog to show these to you because they're an online exclusive product. So I will post the link to the online exclusive store in the description of my video following my Facebook Live. I've also posted it to both my business page and my Facebook group. Or another way of getting there is if you just go to stampinup.com and you click on the word menu, and then there's like little circles with the different things. There's one that says either view more or see more or something like that. You click on that and you look down half the page and you'll see online exclusives. So they're right on our website for you to be able to see, okay? But they are not in any kind of a publication or print that I can actually print and hand out to people. All right, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area and show you guys this beautiful class that I created. It's so fun creating Christmas cards in July. I don't know, just it kind of puts me in a mood. I love it. I've done it every single year, so I'm not going to stop. And I hope you guys enjoy this awesome bundle because it's really quite amazing, and the Designer Series paper is to die for. All right, so with that, I'm going to transition my camera down to my stamp area and let you guys see what I've got here for you. And you're going to see my cards. Now, I did not take the time or have the time to create a 3D project because truly I'm just not in the trinkety the scheme of things for Christmas yet, but I will show you this amazing bundle. Hi, Gail. Gail, I've missed you. Welcome, welcome. And let me I'm using my little iPad again for my comments, and I really like it. It works so much better than my big, bulky, Okay, so I'm going to move all these out of your way so you guys can't see them. I'm so happy you're catching me live, too. And thank you, Sharon. Aw, you're so sweet. Annette, you guys are the bomb. I had the best people ever. Okay, so this is the Horse and Sleigh bundle. All right, so this is the bundle that you, oh, I did unplug that. Okay, that you can get. I think it's like 52 something for the bundle. And then the dies obviously cut out all of these awesome things. One thing I should mention while I have a good number of you joining me, I am still doing my not cystic fibrosis, my fundraiser for the St. Henry Center, which is the building that I get to graciously use for a lot of my events, the September 15th and 16th. So I just want to make sure I put that out there so you guys all knew about it and when I'm doing that. So I'd love to see a few of you come to that. Registration is open. I know you guys are all right now on Christmas mode, not Christmas mode, summer mode, and I get that. But wanted to let you know the registration is open. Okay, and then you have all these different dies to cut out the different pieces here. Okay, now what really, really, really sells this bundle though is the designer series paper. And you guys are going to laugh at me because you're not going to be able to see all of the designer series paper in its entirety because we have cut it up for my class. Yes, I know. But that's just how it is. So let me show you it the best I can. So, but you guys, look at this. Look at how we've been cutting like crazy on this paper. Okay. The neat thing is all of this paper has the different scenes on it for like a Christmas or winter scene, which makes this paper ideal for cards because you can just cut this out like a 5 1/4 by 4 or a 5 by 3 3/4, add it behind a card base, cardstock, and you've got a beautiful card without having to do a whole lot of stamping. So one side of all of this was the scenes. You can see here that we've used some of the scenes. You're going to see them in the cards though in just a couple of minutes. But again, I could still use this for something different on a card. The opposite side, you have some solid colors, okay? So the opposite side, the colors that are in this paper, it's quite a few of them. It's basic black, boho blue, Cajun craze, crumb cake, early espresso, lemon lolly, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight. I'm just not going to name them all, but there's a ton of colors in this, which is what makes it so cool. Because then you can kind of mix and match your cardstocks, right? It kind of makes it cool. And then you can just see here too, like I said, we've been cutting and using a lot of this. You have the one side that had the dots and the stripes. You can, again, you're only seeing bits and pieces of some of this, but you'll see it in its entirety here when we get started. But you can tell and kind of see what I mean, how all of them have like a Christmas scene on one end, on one side, and then there are more of the colors on the other. And look at that. You even got some wood grain that makes it kind of nice, and you got some of the mossy meadows. So yes, kind of a cool pack of paper. But like I said, my 3 packs have all been cut up for class. All right. Another product that came with this suite, which again I thought was really, really cool, are these adhesive-backed snowflake assortment. They're nice and flat. So if you like to have your cards be more flat, these are going to be your go-to gems because you get all these different sizes. Okay, so you get the bigger size and then the medium size and the smaller size, and they come in this really pretty copper, they come in this awesome gold, and then white. So these are going to be your friend. So this is a whole pack of them. I think those are like $7 if I remember correctly. Again, it's all part of the online exclusives. Okay, so that's what the whole bundle includes. And with that, let me show you my first card that I'm creating for you tonight. Now, what I did do is I also paired it with the, you guessed it, organdy white ribbon. Now you might be saying, but Kim, that organdy white ribbon is not in our catalog. It is not. So what Stampin' Up! Did with some of their products is they moved them into the online environment and made them an online exclusive. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera a little bit there so it's more straight. So this is now available, but it's not going to be in any catalog publication. It's available online. So basically, everything I'm using tonight is part of the Stampin' Up's online exclusive offerings, and all of it is currently available for you to be able to purchase. Okay, so this is the very first card. The other thing that I chose to use on my cards for tonight is I chose to use, let me make sure I get this back just a smudge. Okay, there we go. Now I feel better. I also used the wood grain embossing folder, and this is was a return into our annual catalog, but I thought it went really nice with the wood scenes and everything else. So this is the embossing folder that I chose to use on pretty much any of the cards that I did embossing on. So this piece of paper that you see right here is literally literally from the, oh, and I grabbed the wrong one. Just a minute, I gotta find this card. I'm like, whoa, that's not right. But yeah, no, it's not right. Okay, here we go. Okay, and you might actually see me use different pieces from this paper as well, because I kind of got creative with it. But this is actually a piece of the designer series paper, and I just stamped the horse on the end of it like it's going through the woods. And I used the pebble path for this, and I love how that looked. And that is the piece, though, that I then used on my card for the card, the focal point of my card. So for this one, I used, and then I didn't grab the card base. You can tell I'm a creature of habit, and I do my cards in the order in which they're on the pile, and then I deviated. So yeah. All right, I used Pool Party for the card base on this one, and I pulled that in from the colors that's in the designer series paper here, okay? And like I said, I used a couple different ones. So this isn't even the same piece. At least I don't think it is. I think it's a totally different one. Yes, it's a totally different one. But again, you can see how creative you can get and make it still work with different pieces. So this is actually a 2 3/4 by 3 3/4, and this is a 4 by 3. And then I glued that behind, and I pulled in some of the grays because I used the pebbled path for my piece here. So I'm just going to adhere this card onto this. Now I will tell you, I was inspired by, I forget where I was at, and I saw this card. They did it a little bit differently, and I, of course, changed it up a little bit and changed the colors of it. But I love that they stamped on the paper and put the horse on there. So here I have a piece of the pebble path, 5 1/4 by 4, and a piece of the gray granite that is 5 by 3 3/4, and those I just adhered together. You can see I only added that organdy ribbon to the top of the smaller layer. Pretty nails this week. Okay, I'm gonna, Carol, you cracked me up because I'm gonna share my nail story with you guys. If Kay's watching, she's probably already laughing her butt off at this one. So I got my nails done, but thank you, Carol. I'm glad you like them. So here's the story though. Got my nails done on Wednesday, right? And they were all done this color right here. And all of them were, most of them, you can see this is lighter, right? I'm going to tell you why in just a minute. But they were all done this color with the exception of a couple of the copper ones and then this one. Well, I don't know what in the world happened, but the nail polish didn't set. And as we were going to pick up Claire, so Claire got home from the one camp and went right to another 3-day camp. She wasn't even home almost 24 hours and went to a 3-day cello camp. And so we had to pick her up from a cello camp in Michigan down by Clarkston, which is downstate from me, down by the Detroit area or Pontiac area. And somehow I realized that my nails had not set and they were all lifting and it was sticky underneath there. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't live like that for 2 weeks. I can't do it right away. I'm like, I can't do my Facebook lives like that. So I called them back today. I put a Band-Aid, I had a Band-Aid on this one because I mean, literally like getting my hair ready this morning to go to work, it was sticking to it. It was crazy. So anyway, I called it's called Sky Salon where I go. So I called them and I told them what was happening. And they're like, well, we have an opening. We can get you in today at 10. Do you want it? And so I am like, yes. So I took an early lunch, very early lunch, but I showed my boss what was going on. Which is part of why I had to stay over to get some stuff done. But anyway, so and then we couldn't find the color, this color right here, this is the color I had. We couldn't find one that matched. We thought we had it. We put it on. It doesn't match. And I went, you know what? Close enough. I don't care. Like I have to get back to work. And so we took off any of them that were lifting, which were my 2 nails. They were all like, I don't know how to explain it. They're all gooey underneath there. And then this one, and then we ended up putting the glitter on the ends to kind of blend it in since I have glitter on this one. So the light ones really were not supposed to be light nails. And there's my funny story on my nails. But I was so frustrated. I'm like, And when I walked in there, Fong, who does my nails, he was like, what are you doing back here? And I said, well, he goes, did you have issues? I went, yeah. He goes, I'll fix you. I'm like, well, he had another client. And I says, no, I made an appointment. I've got somebody that's, he felt so bad. He had to come back like 3 times to make sure I was being cared for and to make sure I was happy. And I'm like, it'll be fine. I'm usually not picky about my nails, but oh my goodness, I was picky about the fact that I didn't want them all, I didn't want them all like weird and icky for my life. Like they were literally, it was horrible. So anyway, there's my nail story for the week. And I've never had that happen. I'm not sure if it was just old polish and it didn't set well, but anyway. Okay, so here you can see I put my little horse on there. Isn't that so cute? And it looks like, this looks like an ink spot, but that's actually a design in the paper. So that is not, that's all just from the paper. And then I added my little sentiment. So in the horse and sleigh stamp set, I know, Carol, right? So when you said that, I had to share the story. Oh, hi, Pat. Pat Schneeberger is joining. Welcome, Pat. So I used all the sentiments from the horse and sleigh bundle. So for this one, I used Sending Warm Thoughts Your Way. And again, my typical 3/4 inch strip of paper, and I'm just going to trim it down. And this I just put right up here on the top. I did not even, I just taped it right to the top. So I ran a little bit of adhesive along this edge so that way I knew right where I would want to put it, and set it off here like that. And then I graciously used, and I mean generously, I guess is the right word, used these snowflakes all over these cards. So for this one, I chose to use some of the white ones. And they got a little bit of adhesive on them. I will tell you, you got to kind of get your fingernail right underneath of them. A couple of them, you can see here, I didn't pull the adhesive with, and then I used a glue dot. And so I had to learn that I really needed to make sure I got my nail right underneath that, and that I really got that off really good. So you can kind of just add snowflakes wherever you would like on that. And there you have a cute card. Look at that. Again, using the designer series paper and nothing else but that for your, and just stamping. Again, I used the pebbled path for that. And there you have a pretty card. Isn't that nice? Quick and simple, yet easy. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure I get my next card. That is the right one that I need on the pile. Okay. It is that one. Oh, okay. I know what I did here. So first of all, again, you're going to see a little bit of a deviated look from the sample because I switched it up a little bit to make sure I used all of the different designer series paper types. Again, so you can kind of see how to maximize your paper. So for this one, you have this beautiful little cabin image. That is all designer series paper. None of that is colored. And then I just stamped the horse and sleigh on Whisper or Basic White using the Pebble Path, and then I cut it out with a coordinating die. You can see here I pulled a couple of the colors and made this look more of our traditional Christmas color. I pulled in the real red and the garden green from the door and the trees, and literally adhered that all together, and voila, you have a really pretty card, right? But now let me show you what else I did, because when you get this paper, you get 4 pieces of each design. So you'd only be able to make 4. Thank you, Luann. You'd only be able to make 4 of these cards. So I went hunting in the designer series paper to find another piece that maybe would do the same kind of thing that you could use on using the exact same template and the same everything. So for this one, I'm using Lost Lagoon. And then I have a layer of the Pebbled Path, and I chose to use this piece of designer series paper right here. And you can see that this shows up just as nice, beautiful winter scene. I mean, yeah, this one's a little bit more colorful. Now, if you really wanted to, if you didn't want to use the winter scene, you could do it against just the trees, and it would look just as pretty, okay? So my whole goal here was to show you how to maximize this paper. Don't get too caught up on that, oh, now I don't know what to do with the rest. Use it. That paper is going to be your friend. It's going to be your friend. And so I think all of the cards that you're going to be seeing me do tonight, I prepared this kit like 3 weeks ago for this Facebook Live, but I do believe that you might be seeing a little deviated card on all of them, if I remember correctly, or at least most of them. I think I tried to do that just to kind of show you how to use it all. Okay. And this one I didn't put any ribbon on. I didn't think it needed any ribbon. The winter scene outside was enough for this one. And again, I just picked colors of cardstock that went with what was in the designer series paper. And then we're going to go ahead and put our little horse and sleigh on. Now, if you want to add some color to the horse and sleigh and the people in the sleigh, absolutely, by all means you can. I was going for more of like a little silhouette look and trying to keep it a little bit more easier. But if you do a ton of Christmas cards, This paper is phenomenal. I actually just bought more of it today because I like to work on Christmas things. Well, last year I didn't get quite as an early start. And this year I'm like, nope, and I'm working on it to get it done. I want to work on my most of you who watch me, if you're one of my customers and you order from me, you get a Christmas card every year from me. And I've decided to use this paper because it is so gorgeous to make lots of quick and simple cards. Yes, this paper is beautiful, Sharon. I love this paper. All right, and then the only other thing I did, I have the word joyful on here, but you could put anything that you wanted on there for a sentiment. This is stamped on just a 1/2 inch strip of basic white, and that I'm putting on with a dimensional as well. One thing I didn't talk to you guys about was my my Basement Bunch monthly club. So this month, I know I posted the sneak peek, but I'm going to be showcasing and using the paper florist dies with the Good Feelings stamp set, and I'm going to be ordering those bundles for everybody who wants the add-on bundle this weekend. So if you haven't told me yet that you want it, please let me know. But it is gorgeous, you guys. Those cards are so pretty, so pretty. Lots of die cuts. I'm using the flowers or the dies to make flowers, but oh my goodness, are they pretty. Okay, so, and you'll be seeing me post about that too. Now, here you can use any of these that you would like. So you could use the copper if you wanted to pull in the copper. You could use the gold. The white on this one might not show up as nice. I'm going to actually use the copper. Again, this is where you get to pick and choose, but look at this beautiful winter scene that I'm going to create just by adding in some of these amazing, amazing snowflakes. And if you really wanted to, you could even add more than just the one color. You wouldn't have to use all of the one. I find it easier when I do classes to use all of the one for one card, because then I can kind of make sure I use them all evenly and they all get used up. But here you have it, you guys. Another variation of this card using different designer series paper, and a very quick and simple card. And what I like about these snowflakes, again, is they're nice and flat. They're going to go through the mail just wonderfully. Okay? All right, so there's card number 2. All right, so card number 3. My sample here showcases this cute little deer. Look at that deer. Isn't that cute? I know, right? Now, what you're going to see, though, on my sample is a fox. You're going to see a fox. So we're going to make the same card, but I'm going to use the fox. You still have the same winter scene. By the time we add in snowflakes, isn't that going to be cool? Okay, so we're going to use the Early Espresso for the card base, okay? And then I have a layer of 5 1/4, thank you, Luann, 5 1/4 by 4 of the, I pulled in, so this paper had some of the, like the little, oh, what is that called? Petal pink. So I pulled in some petal pink, and same here in his ears. So I kept it the same, and it looks fine with this one too. But I pulled in the petal pink, and then here is our 5 1/4 or 5 by 3 3/4 layer of the textured with that embossing folder. This is the Early Espresso. So I'm just going to adhere these all together like this. And then you can see I used a little bit of ribbon here when I did that little strip of red in the middle. So I'm going to adhere that down, and then we're going to adhere this down to the card base like that. Okay, so then here's my strip of, and this I think is like, it's less than 3 inches, I know, so we can get 2 out of each one. But I added a little bit of red behind it. That's just 1/4 inch, or maybe it's 1/2 inch, longer than the, or shorter than the piece of paper. Okay, so we're just going to adhere some adhesive onto this, and then this is going to go on here like that. So we're just going to kind of center it so that it's about, I just wanted a little bit of color on the sides of that. Now I could have also used Cajun Craze for the fox. That would have pulled it out nice too, but I like the look of the red with it. Okay, then we're going to add our little red strip that goes right across the middle here. So I'm just going to add some adhesive there. We're going to add the red strip in. That goes the same width as your 5 1/4 by 4, so it's a 4-inch strip. And then for my ribbon, I just put a little bit of adhesive right down the middle of that. And then I just added my ribbon like this. so it didn't go all the way. And I'm just going to cut it off over here. Okay. And then when you glue this down, you only see a little bit of that ribbon underneath, but it's so pretty. All right, and then this I put on with some dimensionals to give it a little bit of volume. So I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals onto the back of this. And I'm going to remove the backings. And voila. This will just go down to the front like that. And then I have my Wishing You a Season of Cheer. And this I did put some basic red behind it. So this is a 3/4 inch strip, and then the basic red, real red, is a 1 inch strip. Okay, and we're just going to trim this a little bit on each side so that it will fit in there. And I know that I eyeball it, and some of you will have to use your trimmer, but I've gotten pretty good at just the eyeball trick and knowing where to cut it. So not bad, right? So I'm just gonna glue that together, and then this also went onto the card, but this went directly on the card. I did not lift this. Now you can if you want to. Now here's the other thing, and where you might need to get a little creative. So the fox is down a little bit further. So if I put this here, I'm gonna cover it up. So we're gonna put this one up on the top, okay? Then you can still see your little fox, all that awesomeness. So you just gotta kind of change up the thing just a little bit, but it maximizes your paper so that you are able to use more of it for your cards, okay? And then our final thing is to embellish this. So this one I did use a combination of 2 different colors. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to use some of the gold, and this one I'm going to use quite a few of the bigger ones, so that backing didn't come up. There we go. And that one can go up there. So I'm hoping by me doing this with my cards, it's giving you guys an idea of what you can do with all of the different papers to incorporate them into using up the paper more than what is just there. Hello, Missy, and welcome. Okay, so again, same card, same everything, just a little bit variation of using a different piece of designer series paper. But isn't it so cute? I think it's so cute. Yeah, I mean, I do like the deer better, but it's showing you how to use the fox, okay? All right, so that is card number 3. Okay, card number 4. I think this is also going to be one that you're going to see a little bit different. Thank you, Luann. I know I like them too. Okay, so here's a card that I created using the different blues. The blues, that remember me showing you the blues? But this card, again, because I want to use more of the designer series paper, instead of using the piece that had the little dots, we're going to use the piece that has the stripes. So we're not using that. And then instead of using this scene with the trees, like in the, we're going to use this scene with, so it's not like brush trees. We're going to use more of the evergreen trees. Totally different piece of paper. But you're going to see, again, it's going to give you the same kind of look. Thank you, Carol. And that was my whole goal, though, again, was to show you, you don't always have to have, you know, again, with all these papers match the same colors. No one's going to know that they all didn't match when they get their Christmas card. But I mean, I don't think I had much waste. But you can see in that pack of paper that I showed you, there was not much left that we didn't cut from because we used it all in our cards for my class. So if you buy this class, or if you take this class at my house, this is how it's going to be. I should give you guys the heads up. You'll get one that looks like the sample, and you'll get one that's going to look like the one that I am making, because it's the only way I could do this as an effective class without having it cost me an arm and a leg with all that paper. Unless I, you know, bought a pack of paper for all of you and then gave you guys the leftovers. But I really like to kind of keep my costs effective for all of you as well. Okay, so these two are just going to get adhered together. The basic white is my card base for tonight on this card. 5 1/4 by 4 piece of petal pink, followed by the 5 by 3 3/4 of the designer series paper. Okay, now I did put some ribbon around this one. I've been working with linen thread, so that's why that's in my way. So let me bring the ribbon in here. So I did incorporate some ribbon around the middle of this one. So I'm just going to, oh my goodness, that linen thread is sticking to me. There we go. Okay. So I just incorporate, isn't that pretty? Just look at that. That is gorgeous. That is just gorgeous. Kay just commented, beautiful cards. I'm really glad she likes these. She might not know where I'm going with that yet, or she may have figured it out. So Kay will hopefully be rearing and ready to go to help with those Christmas cards for my customers here in a few weeks. Okay, so these I'm going to just go ahead and adhere together like that. And so again, you're seeing the variation here, right? And this I put off to the side just a little, so I had enough space to add a little bit of a tie through with a ribbon on there. If you don't like it offset, you could put it in the middle and not have to worry about the ribbon, but I kind of liked it like that. So I'm going to put the dimensionals on here like this. And again, you might be saying, why did you pair, this is like so a non-traditional color. Why did you pair it with the petal pink? It's because there, if you look at the background of this paper, you can see a little bit of the petal pink look in it. Like it's kind of like a sky at nighttime in the wintertime as the sun's going down. And so I kind of went with that concept and pulled in the petal pink. So that is kind of where my concept came from on using that. So I'm just going to put this one on here like that. And then I'm going to cut a little piece of my ribbon to tie through on this side right here. So we're just going to slide this underneath there ever so carefully. And now I do not have my host code here, but it is on my website. And I can message it to you. So I do always have my order promotion if I don't have anything else going on right at the time. So anybody who puts in a minimum $35 order will receive 3 of these cards that I'm making tonight sent to you already finished for you to be able to use. But your order does need to be placed from now until Sunday night. Happy to do it for you if you would prefer that I place it for you. But love this. Oh, you're welcome. Hi, Cindy, and welcome. Oh, I used to love Vacation Bible School. I was a huge person. I went every year, and then I also helped when my kids were younger. So love Vacation Bible School. I should also mention that all of the ink color that I used for all of these greetings is that Pebble Path. I know it's an ink color, but I really love it for a nice neutral. It's just not gray and it's not black. It's just a different color. It's Pebble Path. So anyway, I really liked it on all of these cards that I did for you tonight. So if you're wondering what ink color did all of the sentiments or even the horse and sleigh on the one, again, it's the Pebble Path, okay? I just used the one ink for this. And then this is just gonna go on there like that. And I did cut that one a little bit crooked, so we're gonna fix it. My eye, there we go. All right. And then, you guessed it, we are just going to embellish it with these awesome snowflakes. For this one, I chose to use the copper because to me, the copper just pulled in that pink, that little pink look. But again, you have tons of sizes to pull from. Did put one up here, so I'll just put one down there this time. And I'm going to put a wee little guy down here. All right, and there you have that one. Love it. Okay, so again, kind of cool, right? Different card, different designer series paper, same look. All right, so who's ready for the last card? Now the last card, oh, I'm not sure why I didn't deviate on this one. But this one I'm making it, I guess, the same way it looks. Now, I gotta say that I cannot take credit for this card. I was inspired by Tammy White on this card. And I did change it up a little bit, added different colors to it, but she gave me the idea of the silhouette look and I went with it because how gorgeous is this? So this one uses the Lemon Lolly and I paired it with the basic black. And then the piece of paper that I used has some of that Lemon Lolly in it. And so by putting the black layer in between, it just really pulled that all together nicely. So for this card, isn't that one gorgeous? So for this one, I chose to use Lemon Lolly for my card base. So Lemon Lolly is going to be folded in half. And then I have a layer of the basic black. Again, this is the same concept of my other card. You're just going to layer these all together, 5 1/4 by 4, 5 by 3 3/4 of the beautiful piece of designer series paper. So I'm just going to adhere those two together. And then this is where I didn't do any of the stamping with the horse and sleigh. I just cut it out with the die using the basic black ink, or basic black cardstock. So basic black cardstock on using the die, and I just cut it out. That's it. Added a couple layers to kind of pop it, and there you go. Here's the die cut, what it looks like without doing any stamping. So pretty, and it's a really, you know, a nice die. I think it looks really cool. So that's just going to go on with some dimensionals here onto a couple on the sleigh. Isn't this pretty? Couple on the horse here. Be ready to vote. We're going to have you guys vote tonight and by comment on what your favorite one is, because I'm curious if maybe yours is different than mine. I'm just going to put that down here on the bottom. And then you named it or guessed it. We topped it off with those snowflakes again, and I am putting the word joyful on it with a little dimensional. Now I could have also used a different sentiment. You get all these different sentiments in here: joyful, sending you sending warmth your way, wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. That kind of to me would go on the inside, but I didn't want to take from all this beautiful paper, so I just kept mine really simple. All right, so for this one, I added white and gold snowflakes. Again, you can kind of add whatever you would like. Oh, I should have left that a little bit bigger. That's okay. You can always improvise by just putting it up there instead. And we're gonna add some gold. Oh, that lemon lolly is a very pretty color, Shelby. I love it too. Gonna add, and we'll put a white one on the sleigh like it's falling down on the sleigh. And one there, and we'll put another one down there. How's that? All right, so there you have it. Those are my cards that I created for you guys. Like I said, this is also my Christmas in July class. Actually, I love designing. My first cards I love to design is Valentine's Day. They're my ultimate favorite. Second then is Christmas. And so these were very fun to do. Something different that I haven't been doing in a while. But I will tell you, it's always so unique and seems so weird when it's so hot outside and I'm designing Christmas cards. But it's part of why I love doing it, right? Okay, so these are the cards that I shared with you all tonight. Oh, look at the voting already come in. The Dear Fox one, because it's different than a typical layout. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Yeah, that is totally a different layout for Kim, isn't it? I thought so too. I was pretty proud of myself. I thought I did pretty good. And then this one right here. Again, same layout, using two different kinds of paper. For any of you who may have joined a little bit late, I was showing how to use that whole pack of designer series paper. I'm going to put that one on the front though. I like that one a lot. Although this one's pretty too. They're all so pretty. And then this one also uses two different designer series papers from the same pack, two different ones, but the same colors and everything like that. So give you a good little variety of the things that you can do with that paper. So anyway, yes, let's start seeing some of your guys' votes. So Annette likes the petal pink and navy. Oh, okay. So I will tell you, this is my second favorite. My ultimate favorite is this one. I don't know why, if I'm just a traditional person or what, but I like the colors in that. It reminds me of being home for Christmas kind of thing. I don't know. And then my second one that I like is this one. Oh, and Carol likes the one right here. So like I said, I was inspired by Tammy White. She created a card. She's a demonstrator in Massachusetts. She created a card similar. I just chose to use different colors with it. I don't even remember what colors she all used on it. The blue and pink one. Oh, Donna likes the same one that Annette does. Luann says they're all beautiful. Thank you. I know this paper is gorgeous. And so, like I said, the only thing I love it, and I'm going to work on my, customer cards with it. But I always also do a personal card, like for my family and my closest friends. That's different than my customer card. And so I'm thinking, do I wait to see what's in the holiday catalog and then decide my personal ones? Because it's nice to get a head start on all this stuff. Like it's going to be kind of cool to have that going already and not have to be worrying and thinking about that, because I just love the paper. Oh, Mary, you too. They're all beautiful. You can't choose just one. You guys are awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys all so very much. Shelby's not sure. Let's see. Oh, Sharon loved the last one too. I know, so this one's also a good one. So yeah, I think these are our top 2 though, right here. If I have to guess, or from your guys' votes, these are the top 2 that you guys like right here. So I love it. All right, well, thank you all again so very much for joining me tonight, and I want to thank you all for your patience with me. Especially, I was so frustrated. You can actually, I keep picking on Kay because she's put up with me a lot this last week of my frustration with my video not uploading, and just, I was still at work tonight until 6:30, and she's like, you need to go home. And I went, yup. Luckily, I live about 15 minutes from where I work, but yeah, I had to get home and come live with all of you. Anyway, it's been crazy, crazy busy, and I'm just glad that it's finally starting to get, I think, hopefully a routine back. And again, I just thank you all for your patience, your understanding, and most of all, your dedication to watching me and supporting me with this beautiful thing we all love to do, which is stamp and create. All right, thanks everyone. Have a great week, and I'll be back with you next week with some more stamping projects. Have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll see you soon.